Greetings and salutations, I'm Keb, you're you, and this is Pharaoh. Now this city building game was first released in 1999 by Impression Studios. It followed Caesar from the previous year, Caesar 3, and it basically follows the same principles as the Caesar 3. It has the same basic mechanics. It has a couple of new things like monuments and the Nile floodplain and the lowly roadblock, which actually helps you control all the city walkers and all that stuff. Something that was really missing in Caesar 3. I'm playing the GoodOldGames version of the game, but I also added a widescreen patch, which does mean a couple of things. The screens are going to be a bit wonky, especially the submenus of the interface. And of course, all the videos will still be of the original resolution, and all the loading screens like this one will also be of the original resolution, and therefore you won't. Well, they look a bit wonky, but the game will function just fine once you actually enter it. So I've also cut the game audio for a moment because the sounds at the main menu are incredibly loud compared to the in-game sounds. So you don't have music right now. It's going to be there very soon, shortly. Anyways, we are going to be playing a standard game. I already have a little family going there. And we're just going to start our family history, I think. And that cuts the interface music, so I can actually turn on the game audio. 1 second, there we go. So from now on, we'll actually hear normal game audio. Anyways, once it starts anyways. We're going to start with the pre-dynastic period, and we'll go from there. There are quite a few campaigns to go through here, including the expansion campaigns of Cleopatra, quite a few monuments, and we'll just see how that goes. Anyways, let's get started with the pre-dynastic period.
It is said that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So may the story of a great nation begin with one dream. The Red Land has given birth to such a dream. Clans of nomads carry it in their heart, across the immeasurable desert and into the land of Egypt.
And so we begin.
Welcome to ancient Egypt, land of the pharaohs. Here you'll participate in the history of one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever seen. In an epic story that spans more than 15 centuries and 24 generations. You must lead one family, generation by generation, from its earliest beginnings in Egyptian prehistory, through the dawn of civilization, to the establishment of a unique and powerful empire and beyond. Our story begins more than 5,000 years ago, along the banks of the Nile River in an area known as Nubt. Here, a small confederacy of clans struggles to eke out an existence in the harsh environment. With you at its head, your family leads this small settlement.
And so it begins. Anyways, as I said, I'm playing with a widescreen patch, hence you're going to get loading screens like this, where the original resolution is still present. I think that's 800 by 600 or something like that. Anyways, this is basically going to be the first tutorial missions. We're just going to go through them rather quickly, I think. It's just about showing you the basis of the games, and yeah. But anyways, as I said, I'm playing with a widescreen patch, so there, widescreen resolution. Finally we feel everything. So we're basically told we want to build some housing, get people in there, build some roads for them. They explain the walker principles, all that stuff. Not really gonna care too much about that. We're gonna pause immediately though, because I want to see if I can remember how this works. I don't think you can build while paused. Yeah, that's exactly it. We can't build while paused, which is a bit weird. But, you know, that's how the game functions. Anyways, we're just gonna do some very quick and dirty setups here. Because, again, this is tutorials. The first few maps, they're very simple. We might as well just rush through them. They told us to get some meager shanties up and running, so we'll just spam housing. I don't think we had walkers yet, so I'm just gonna toss up the well like there. And there, and there. This might just be enough anyways. Migrants are coming in. Yeah, and all in-game menus will be a little bit weird because of the whole widescreen patch, like these. And also the advisor menus once you actually get to them. But as you can see, we do get an actual widescreen rather than stretched resolution, which is what usually happens if you play the Steam version of the game or the regular GoodOldGames version of the game. You're just going to get a stretched version of the image. That's why I'm using a patch, so that I don't have to stretch the image. Aren't these meager shanties? They're sturdy huts. But I don't have any other buildings. Do I have to have a certain number of citizens then, I guess? Yeah. We're gonna get more stops. Because I can't quite get the buildings they demand just yet. Guess we'll just plant down more homes, bring in more citizens, and hopefully that's going to trigger the next step of the objectives. Now again, it's been a very long time since I played this game, so mistakes will be made, just saying. And in the early parts of the game, I'm not going to worry too much about city layout and everything like that. There's no point, because they're going to be over pretty quickly. Now I did set the speed setting to be a bit low, perhaps. Let's crank it up to 80%. I don't want to go too fast. Because again, I can't build while paused, which is kind of weird. There we go. Food of famine. So now we're basically told to get food. How to hunt, how to get all kinds of new buildings. We're blinking like crazy. We're going to add some hunting lodges. I'm trying to remember. Did I need to have these within walking distance? Yes, I do. As you can see, these buildings, the hunting lodges, they send out that guy looking for workers. So he needs to touch a household somewhere. I don't think I have roadblocks yet anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but you know. I think it's gonna be through for the granary, which is used to store the food, and then the bazaar to actually distribute the food. Something like that. There we go, hunters are going out.
Ostriches are nearly invisible when they put their heads in the sand.
Okay. That's the fun part about the Impressions games of city builders. You can always talk to your citizens.
I'm the most popular person in the city. A lot of people need jobs.
It's the guy looking for workers.
I heard there is a job here for anyone who wants one.
Yeah, I suppose that's right. We're trying to get more hunters. There we go. Now they're asking for clean water, which is good. Let's toss one of those up there, which means you can delete the wells. Well water tends to be worse. You want, you don't want the small wells. You want this well. Well, from the other water type will actually be bad in the long term. Oh, yeah, right. I forgot that bit.
I've been kicked out of my home, and through no fault of my own.
Just because there was a lack of water there for a second. And all of a sudden they'll run back because... Oh, there's water there again. The Nile is now flooding. Not that it matters because we can't actually plant anything there yet. Relying only on meat. And I think that's all, pretty much all for this tutorial mission. There might be a couple more buildings to go. Or not. There we go. Victory has already been achieved.
Well done. By filling your people's bellies with nourishing food and protecting their homes from fire and collapse, you have helped this fledgling civilization take its first step on the long road of history.
So we skipped the whole fire and collapse thing. Basically buildings for protecting against fire and structural collapse. That's fine.
After many years and the passing of a generation, your family has resettled in the area of Thinis, in Upper Egypt. Here, a small band of local rulers is attempting to extend its influence over Lower Egypt and all lands along the River Nile, and to unite this realm under its own house with one supreme leader. Establishing Thinis as a thriving city like nothing ever seen before will prove the worthiness of the Thinite Confederacy and help them gain supremacy over Lower Egypt and the other factions vying for power. In time, this will mean providing the population with entertainment and building wonderful temples to worship the region's patron deity. To build a city this grand will require a substantial supply of cash. You'll find rich deposits of gold ore in Thinis, and harvesting them should be your first priority.
Okay, there's gold in them, there hills. So now we get gold and we get criminals and we get all kinds of fun things. Not too worried about these. For the most part I remember what the heck these things are about, so... So now I have the same situation. We have to start a new city again. Let's see, how do I want to do this time? Do I get the roadblock yet? I still don't think the roadblock is in the game. Which is a bit annoying. Let's see, we're gonna go 6 squares, I think. Something like that. Gonna plop down a whole bunch of houses here and there. Leave some openings because we're gonna need a couple of other types of buildings. Let's plop down the water supply first. Anyways, much the same principle. We didn't build the firehouses and all of that stuff in the last playthrough because we didn't get to them. Might as well put them down now. Employees are needed, yeah, I know. We're working on it. Usually I always wanted to keep some gaps there because there are a whole bunch of service buildings I want to stop into the gaps, that's one thing. And also, I kind of want to control how the buildings evolve. It's usually a good idea to keep them in brackets of 4, or later on brackets of 8. That gives you complete control over what kind of structure you get. It's not apparent now, it will be later on, I think. Give it time. I'm a bit surprised that the roadblock isn't there right away. But what can I do? So we're gonna build a couple of these hunting tents. We're gonna build a granary. Again, I am building just quick and dirty here. You don't really want to have the granary within the residential area of the city, I suppose, but doesn't really matter. Come to think of it, we probably want statues in between here if we ever get them. You did ask for a police station. I suppose I could put one of those there. I don't do decorations yet, so... We do have gold mines, but I believe that the gold mines are pretty far away. Right? Yeah. Right, now I'm starting to remember. There are these little, you can barely see them, there are little nuggets in the hills there. That represents all kinds of metals. Mostly, that's basically gold and copper. So we need roadways to access those. Or rather we need to build the mines right on top of those, right beside those resources. Then we need a walkway, and we also need to connect that to some housing. So we're going to put a little slum building there. And this is going to be a... Yeah, let's just build over there. It's a bad idea really because it's gonna make these guys go the wrong way. But anyways, these folks are gonna starve and everything. Well, not starve, but they're gonna have a pretty miserable time. We also ran out of money, didn't we? Yeah, so we got some extra spare cash, but that's okay too. So I can't access any of the internal tools. I can't actually check to see the status of my... Well, no, that's not true. We do have the overseers. Again, the menu is going to be all wonky because of the widescreen patch, but there you are. We have enough food, apparently. We don't have the labor advisor at the moment. We only have the food advisor. Okay, that mine is operational. Now those mines will also need protection against... well, at least collapse. I think they need, I don't recall if they needed protection against fire, but you know, let's just be safe. Mine some gold for the panel's treasury. Yeah, we're trying. You're not evolving because you still not have enough food. We're working on it. There is a floodplain here too, but we won't be able to exploit it in this scenario. I think the next one is the one that introduces you to farming. And the one after that, I think, is the first real non-tutorial-ish scenario. But it's the same in all the Impressions games. The first few maps are going to be just strictly tutorial-like levels, giving you basic instructions on how to secure water, food, and other industries. Come to think of it, I might want another anti-collapse building at the very least up here. Another architect's post. Probably another firehouse too. Better safe than sorry. There's a problem. I want the roadblock. I really want the roadblock because not controlling where your walkers go is really annoying. Anyways, that's all we can do right now. I can't really access any other menu. Yep, can't even access the world map yet. Oh well. Oh, did someone get kicked out?
I've been kicked out of my home and through no fault of my own.
Ah, poor guy.
Ostriches are nearly invisible when they put their heads in the sand. Now those are some big drumsticks.
Everybody's friendly here. No one is reporting any crimes.
There are so many places in poor condition, I can barely keep up.
Well, the city consists pretty much of shanties. I'm not surprised they're in poor condition, but... I don't think can we see the overlays yet? I don't think we have access to them yet. Oh, never mind, we do have access to overlays. Let's see, risk of damage, which is basically structural collapse. No risk whatsoever. What about crime? Yeah, I don't have a police station out there. I probably should. Probably should have some police near the gold mines. So basically at this point we're waiting for the tutorial to advance. I'm not sure what triggers it. I don't know, it could be a number of citizens thing. If that's the case, we're just gonna add a couple more. So we do have enough food. Yeah, that's not what I intend to do. Let's clear a few of those. Oh! Oops, we're now in debt. Not good. I mean, I can't collect taxes, which is a problem. Our only income is going to be the gold mines. I don't really have patience just to wait for the gold mines to mine. I don't think, wait, don't I need a... Oh, I needed a palace, and I didn't build a palace. Oh, whoops. That was a mistake. Yeah, I perfectly remember this game, except all the things I don't remember. There we go. That'll help a lot. Oh boy. We didn't make any money because I couldn't actually mine the gold. Yeah, I remember that there was... There were supposed to be carts from these things, but I forgot the palace. As I said, there are going to be mistakes. Many mistakes. Nothing else that will allow me to build more gold mines. There we go, the gods of Egypt. So now we're told we can basically build temples and everything. But before then I want to build more of these. Can I sneak in multiple gold mines down this way? I'm just not sure if I can build around that one. I can't. Dang it. Okay, fine. Oh well. But hey, we can build a couple more gold mines. I think. It's gonna be a bit messy. But it'll work. Also, we are gonna be able to build temples. Temple to Bast. How big were the shrines? Oh, just small things like that. That's fine. There we go. Shrines don't need road access. Don't need to worry about that. Still no roadblock though. We did get the festival square though. Right, this building was always an annoyance for me. Because it needs an intersection. And you cannot use roadblocks on the festival square. So you kind of have to put the festival squares outside the city itself. But it's fine. So unemployment is still sky high. 44%, and that's gonna just keep increasing. Because I don't have any jobs for my citizens. That's pretty much all I have. I don't think we can actually... Oh wait, what's that? Oh yeah, we built a gold mine up there and I didn't actually connect to it. Whoops. Oh, new menu. Oh, entertainers and everything. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna get to that in a second. I can just find the button. There we go. Raw material, gold mine. And build a road. There you go. So now we're talking about juggling and all that fun stuffs. Right, that needs a corner, doesn't it? It does. You know what? Let's just destroy a couple of houses. We have way too many citizens anyways. So a juggling booth is just a little corner shop like that. And juggler school is an actual building. Let's see, back to the actual objectives on the map. It wanted me to have 10 cottages. Which aren't they? No, that's just a rough cottage. Okay, so I just need to add entertainment and then they're gonna be normal cottages and we're gonna advance after that. Then we're gonna have a tutorial for farming. Unfortunately I still don't have the roadblocks, so I can't really control where people walk, and that's kind of annoying. I might want to add a couple more bazaars or something. I mean, I have the workers. Might as well try to make sure that everybody gets access to the basic services. And there's the victory. Didn't take too long. Anyways, we're gonna proceed, but that's gonna be next episode. Time for a short break. Thank you for watching.